We're gonna switch up the flow today. We're gonna get into the fabric. Fellas, she wants you to be a savage. You guys are consuming all of this content. You got these strategies, but there's no strategy to being a savage with a chick. You pretty much just gotta be that. It has to be in you. You can't fake it because you can't fake energy. When you listen to these chicks, you just have to sit back and watch. Observation is going to be your best asset. It's going to be it's free. It doesn't take a lot. You just have to observe and understand what you're observing. You see how these women talk. You see what these women react to from a music standpoint, movies, TV shows, and you see what gets their attention when you talk about the toxic relationships and the what was the you have to look at you have to get yourself in the loop in these groups. You social media again is your best ally. It's going to be your best resource in today's dating market. Social media is going to be your best resource because people, whenever they get comfortable in a space, they tend to show their true colors. No matter how much they think they're covering them up with the filtered pictures, the filtered posts. In some spaces, you're going to see the real them. I'll give you a quick story. I'm on Facebook or whatever. I mean, I'm finding these groups. They got this group called Beyond Submissives. It's something like that. Yeah, over like 200, 300,000 people in this group. And they're all giving their stories and experiences and pleasures and desires, fantasies. They're telling who they are without any filter because they feel they're in a space of strangers or they're in a space of comfort. They can get their truths out without the judgment from back home or in the area that they live in. So I'm looking at these stories. They had one in particular where this person asked what are your sexual desires that you don't that you're kind of ashamed of, that you have in secret, that you haven't told anyone. And on this thread, I'm seeing a lot of women say how they want to have a threesome with two alphabet boy men. I say it for YouTube purposes. They want to have a threesome with two alphabet boy guys. And you see the comments and the responses from other women talking about how much they want to do the same thing. And then you see some alphabet boy men come on with the eyes and the inquiries. You can never get away from your true nature, female or male. So you see these guys who are in the alphabet who would seemingly be going one way. They're coming in to inquire about this fantasy that these women have just confessed to. This goes to show you that the true nature of a woman and a man is somewhat savage. And this is what we like. This is what we like. You look at the type of, spicy movies that you guys look at. And I haven't watched a spicy video or movie since 2019. I told myself I would get away from that because it's not conducive to my life. And my sexual experiences from that day has been 10 times better because I don't have the clogged memory and the disproportionate perception of what the real experience is versus what my experiences that I'm seeing on this phone or this TV. So I say that to say that she wants you to be a savage, meaning she wants you to treat her as if you're the dominant one with no question. The energy. These women love this energy. So you see these spaces where these women are telling you who they are. And you guys are trying to change them. You cannot change a woman. You can influence her. You can, manipulate her. But you cannot change her true nature. And her true nature is to be savage. And she's going to want a savage. So you're going to have to stop teetering around the bush, beating around the bush, playing docile, playing it cool, and waiting. In some cases, you do have to grab the bull by the horns. You do have to, get her in a space comfortable enough to where when you do show that savage, she understands that's what you are. The worst thing you can do is fake and try to act a certain way when you're not that way. Especially to a woman who has been initiated. She will sniff out the fraud in you, and the experience will be awkward and a failure. And then she's going to go back and tell her friends. She's going to tell her friends how awkward it was. And we've all had these awkward scenarios. We all have. These awkward scenarios can be very enlightening, if you will. They're so enlightening that it plays in your mind for a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then you find out how to adjust and recover. Every chick that you get with and that you hit, whatever, you're not hitting a home run. Let's just get that. So a lot of the times you get this performance anxiety because you're trying to be this savage that your energy is not speaking to her in that manner. You're already you're intimidated out the gate. The way you get comfortable with all different types of women is to get with all types of women. So throughout that process, you're going to have some cases where you fail or you shoot short, or where she may have had someone a little bit more savage than you and you didn't meet the expectations. So don't get discouraged by that experience. Take it in and understand why that occurred. The best way to curve terrible sexual experiences anyway is to only deal with women who shows high interest in you versus dealing with women to where you have to win them over, whether that's via a dinner date, taking her on an expensive trip, sending her money, doing all the beta strategies and all the things that you shouldn't do. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose in that scenario. So the best way to not lose in that scenario is to not put yourself in that situation. You want to have a variety, because with having that variety, you know what works for you and how you work for them. You find this out, and you find out what's your type, body style, complexion, the whole nine. You learn about yourself through these experiences with different types of women. She's going to want that savage, no matter how innocent, no matter how classy she tries to portray. Especially when you see these chicks in public, they're all dressed up, they're soft-spoken. They're thinking about getting that savage as soon as this dinner date is over with. They're thinking about getting the work. So you must oblige. You must be qualified and able to oblige, because if not, then you're going to waste both of your time, and then you're going to have a confidence killer on your hands. The confidence killers, aka man eaters, they're in abundance in this dating market. You need to understand what that looks like and how she moves. She's going to move a little different than your regular degular, chick that's just single. She's nice, sweet, she hasn't been too far in the trenches, but the man eaters are the women. They move in a totally different fashion. They move in packs. Usually maybe a pair. It's usually a pair is 3 to 4 at the most, but normally they're in a pair. She has her wing woman. She has her partner in crime who she gets the most results with. Everybody has that certain wingman that they go play, like, me and such and such going here. I know we're going to work the room. I know we're going to have us a good time, because they bring the same thing that I bring. But with the women, man, you guys are playing it. You're getting played. You're getting treated like a sucker. You haven't shown her that savage. You haven't shown her that savage because she's untamed. When you show her the real savage, when you take, the necessary steps mentally, if you don't have the mind, the body won't do what you want it to do. A lot of guys do not believe in making a woman orgasm sexually. he only cares about himself. He's that dominant. I'm not mad at that. But I would say most men get off by getting their girl off. You want to make sure you want to know that you're qualified to please your woman on site. At any given moment, you want to know and feel confident that you can make your woman orgasm. That's bringing out the savage, knowing her body sexually, because that's your control. That and the mental stimulation, that's going to be your control. That's going to make her, you're going to be able to get her to do what you want her to do. Because if you don't have nothing for her to do, then you're wasting your time, money, and resources. Because you just want to get a nut off. You can just sit in front of your TV and whack away. Any woman that you have or engage in any type of intimacy with, she should have a role and a reason there other than giving you a good lay. You should have something for her to do. And the way you do that is show her you're savage. That makes her submit. And you have to reinforce this. This is nothing you can do one time. Okay, I knocked it out the park this time. I can ease up and give her a C grade tomorrow. No, you have to constantly reinforce dominance. Hence the shit tests that come occasionally. If you're not constantly reinforcing dominance, you're going to be losing dominance. These women are going to continue to test you and make sure that she's making the right decision. This is nothing other than her making sure I chose the right guy. So you will have a little, a few situations where you got to correct nothing. Long as it's not too outrageous, take the bull by the horns, correct it, show it a savage, and you will be in a position of dominance. But yeah, man, like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. It's the Date Master.